watching Running Sew and Sew Friday Sews, the second episode. That was Maggie running across the kitchen floor, wondering what she was missing. So, thank you so much to everyone who has watched and commented and liked. I think I have replied to every single comment on my YouTube account. Now, some of them that were quite old that hadn't had any kind of response to got a heart. But anything 2023 and late 2022 has had a proper comment. That has been a really big goal to go at, Hannah. And I've had some lovely ones. There's a few people I'd love to try and get in touch with. So Dawn2892, if you're out there, just send us a little message, will you? Just didn't quite understand what you wanted to say on something I read. So if you could just send us a quick message, that would be absolutely ace. So yeah, thanks ever so much for getting in touch. And there was another lady who I can't remember her name, but in the comment I asked you to email me. If you want to just send me an email, that would be really, really lovely. I can't remember your name, honey, so I can't name you. So the pattern test is done and totally road tested. Totally road tested. I went ice skating yesterday. There's a picture here, bit video-y thing. I did really well. 60-minute slot. Went round and round and round. Got back into the skating. I actually even was very cheeky and said to the boot hire people, I would like a pair of figure skates, size 5 with a U-shaped blade and nicely sharpened, please. And he went, oh, I haven't got anything like that, madam, but we have got some old figure skates. Well, they do. And I went, perfect, as long as they're a size 5. And they were lovely. And I did say to them afterwards, I really did appreciate having them. I just didn't want those sort of shapedy things. So I went skating with Hannah. On Saturday, I spent the day finishing off the pattern test, and that took most of the day. I dipped into the NSS and was there for about probably 25 minutes, but it was distracting me too much, so I came off. I had to finish my pattern test. So I read the comments afterwards, which was very nice. Some lovely comments there, so they did really well. Yeah, enjoyed watching that. And what else have I done? Oh yes, I wanted to talk to you about who I have been watching and what I've been listening to. So I love a good podcast. Where's my phone? I love a good podcast, and going out with the dogs a lot. I find podcasts really quite distracting, and because I've got mental health at the moment is just dreadful. That's the only way to describe it at the moment. It's absolutely dreadful. I've got this is Monday, I've got counselling again tomorrow. And I thought, moving forward into 2023, this channel is primarily, I've said the catchline is Running Sewing Life. That's Hannah. So podcasts are great. Some really good ones. I have got Sewing with Threads. I've got an embroidered one. I've got Quilt Buzz. I've got the Quilting Podcast. I have got, what's that one there? Quilting Life podcast. I have got the Widows podcast, haha. I've got Love to Sew, the Tipsy Sewers and Crappy Friends, which I thought would be quite uplifting. So that's what I've been listening to. I have been, hello Hannah, you've got Maggie there. Yeah. I have been watching Jess from Sew What If I Sew and Adam from Adam Sews. I've been watching Adele from Sew for Serenity. We have a job to do, don't we, Hannah?
Do we?
We do, because it's, guess what colour box I've come home to?
Oh, pink.
I've come home, what does this mean, Hannah?
Pink door.
Pink door. I don't have, I'm really sorry, I'm not my Sewcial Thread, I'm not Crystal, and I don't have Gabriel. Crystal's son Gabriel does these. It's absolutely brilliant.
So we're going to start the Hannah Rose's Pink Door segment.
Hannah Rose's Pink Door segment. Are we ready? Let's do everything wrong. Here we go. This is the full pink door opening, Hannah. So we know we've got the right box. I have got, before I go any further, I do have another piece of happy mail here. I'll open this. This is... And if you don't have one of these, folks, you need to get one. What do you think it is, Hannah?
I'm going to say it's a hot hammer.
It is a hot hammer. And do you know why it's a new hot hammer?
Is it named Maggie with naughty spots?
No, it's not. It's named me with the ability to lose the flipping things. But I did a little bit of alteration for a colleague at school, and I wouldn't take any payment, so she sent me an Amazon voucher. So I just said, right, Angela, I'm going to buy a new hot hammer. So are we ready, Hannah, for the pink door unboxing? There we go. Are we ready? Pink door, official pink door unboxing. I don't recommend you use your embroidery scissors to do this, folks. So there we go. Box 11. Oh, look at this. Andrea's got new style artwork. Oh, I can see it looks nice already. It looks nice. Oh, look at this. So we have got today, this month's box contains 2.5 metres of a viscose fabric. You have got matching Gutermann thread. So there's your colour, I have got that colour. And here is my thread. And, oh, look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's got a very 70s vibe to it, hasn't it?
It does. I'm guessing you wore something similar to that when you were there.
Yeah, now, oh, do you know what I think? I'm thinking Rivelin ruffle dress. I'll put the Rivelin ruffle dress picture in for you. I'll pop it here, over this bit. I pattern tested the Rivelin ruffle dress.
I think that was another thing I was thinking of when I got you the big fabric for Mood.
Yes, Rivelin ruffle dress. Yes, I've thought of Rivelin ruffle. And that's the 11th. So here we've got, right here, right now, this is a little gifty thing. I love my boxes. Oh, look at this. Oh, that's beautiful. East of India, designed in Britain. Right here, right now. It's just a lovely little, gorgeous, there we are. Can we see that notebook? Isn't it just... Oh, I'm not very good at this. There we are, a bit of editing there, Hannah. Oh, I've got that little mark in the centre of the screen there. That is beautiful. Oh, well, oh, look, there's a little tin here. Oh my gosh, it's got a tin. Steel wire clips. Oh my gosh. You're not having these. Look at these. Oh, yes.
Okay, this is my teach break coming out. Do you know what they would be amazing for?
Shock me.
Dem building.
I don't think that's exactly what Andrea thought of when she put giant clips. Yes, but I can see, actually they're not big enough for den building. We've got old bread crates. We need
holding,
some... No, there's 5 of these. Oh, I think they're for clipping fabrics to things. I absolutely love those. Oh, and it says here, steel wire clips with a wide range of functions for sewing and other hobbies and household. And it's come from Sewply. And Sewply is a German company, www.sewply.dk. Andrew, where did you find those? They are immense. And I love this time, it's got like little strawy paper stuff in the bottom of it. And there's another little bag here. Make today great.
They don't have a small person, do they?
No. All butter shortbread caramel latte biscuits.
That'll be a you only thing.
Gluten. Oh no, it's not. Hannah's just said this will be for me only. Lynn, Tamlin's mum, if you get a pink door box, you'll like this. Ingredients: gluten and wheat-free flour. Ooh. Maize, rice, potato, tapioca, buckwheat. It's got milk and butter, sugar, coffee, raising agents, but it would appear to be... I think I'm about to lose this. It's like a little bag that goes with it.
No, I'm still checking they are. We can share them when we come back from B&M.
Oh, your daughter and I are going out.
Yeah, it says on the front, egg-free, gluten-free, wheat-free.
We're going for a little evening out to B&M Bargains.
Way!
Get in, Rowan. B&M Bargains for an evening out. last Saturday, Melanie came to see me and we were chatting knitting, and I said to her, oh, have you not come across drops.com? Now, if you've not come across drops.com, put the link in the description box below. Drops are free patterns and you can have them printed out in your native language. So if any of you lovely people watching are Portuguese or French, German, whatever, different Spanish, they will let you print it out in whichever language you want. But the lovely thing about Drops patterns is they're absolutely free. And I believe they are a Norwegian company. So we were going through, and the first thing I found were these absolutely gorgeous slippers. Now, finding them again will be difficult. You need to save and print straight away, because finding what you've looked for afterwards. So, these beautiful slippers, and then I found, if I find them, I will happily put the pattern link in below. Look at these. Look at those proper Norwegian mittens. So I clicked on the link in the Drops box. It took me to the old Wooled warehouse, didn't it? Look at this. Look at this. Now, I'd forgotten I'd ordered it. I thought it was coming by post and it came by the DPD. And I thought I'd got a fake DPD delivery. So I've got a lovely pink in there to knit the slippers with, and a lovely bit of blue wool to knit the mittens with. Now, I'm not expecting to get these done in the next 2 to 3 weeks. If it takes a year, it takes a year. But I thought it was so inexpensive to buy this. I've spent less than £20. So I thought that was an acceptable purchase. So I am knitting. I know lots of people in the sewing community dabble in a little bit of knitting. And I quite enjoy a little bit of knitting. My hands don't. My hands and my eyes don't like me dabbling in a little bit of knitting. They will let me knit for a little while, maybe 10 to 15 minutes. And then they say, no, enough's enough now, you need to stop. Because the eyes go, and the hands just cramp. So it's just... Now, on the other subject of waiting 3 years for something, some of you will know or remember if you've been with me for a while. If you're not and you're new to me, what I did was I did a sewing day, and I did a sewing day in my local village, and it was good. It went really, really well, and I learned a lot. But in March 2020, I had a bright idea that I was going to have a sewing day. I didn't know what I was going to do. It was pre-Sewtoon. It was pre-Isoso. It was pre-everything. I was going to do something in the village hall, and it was going to be for sewing, and I needed an Instagram page. So I set up this Instagram page and made a post. And the post is dated March 2020. Here's a screenshot of it. Here is a screenshot of it now. Because somebody discovered it and it must have triggered it. And I did get in touch with the person that triggered it. She's called Dawn, and I thank you ever so much, Dawn. And I just said, you know, this is just lovely. But I wasn't going to wind it up just yet. I was still in the process of thinking about it because I'd forgotten I'd got it. And then something happened that triggered me to say, you've actually got that, Judi. Go and, because I thought I need to set up my sewing page properly. And then I thought, I've got it. I'm sure I've got it. Then I went through the phase of thinking I'd got it but couldn't find it. And then it popped back up again. So I've redone the logo, and lots of you lovely people have started to follow it. So thank you so very much for following this new Instagram page. The idea is to have sewing days in the York area. Now for the York area, for me, it means from my village to the centre of York, which is 6 miles. So it's a 6-mile radius from the centre of York. The events will be primarily to the south of York. That is where they will be held, because my village hall is very cheap to hire. It has car parking and lots of space. So what is going to happen first? I'm not quite certain. I'd follow that Instagram page. I have a little team of planners. It's a very big team of 3 of us, Hannah and Melanie. We are planning them and we're getting our heads together as to how we would like them to run. I've got ideas, but at the moment the ideas I'm going to keep in here as to what it is that I'm thinking of. Simply because, and it's not that I'm being super secretive, I don't want to tell you I'm planning on something and then it can't happen. There's no point me saying, oh yes, I'm going to do blah, 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 and then it falls flat. And people out there are saying, well, you said you were going to do, but then it wouldn't happen. And you think, I'm going to do it on such and such a date, and then something stops and something prevents it. So no advertising of what's going on until I've got it cast in stone. I don't like letting people down. Now, they are going to be very similar to the sewing days that everybody else has run, but they're just going to be on the doorstep of the people that are in York. If you're elsewhere in the country and you want to come, you will be welcomed with open arms, a great big smile and a hug. So please, you can come, anybody can come. It's open to absolutely everybody. Any questions, pop them on the Instagram for Sew York Sew. I'll put it down there. Any questions, just give me a quick bell. It's me that's actually in charge of the Instagram. Melanie and Hannah don't want to be doing that. They are my sounding board for it all. And I am so grateful to have them there, coupled with the team of ladies from the village that have already been to one because they are desperate for something else. So that's that little advertisement over and done with. So then Tristan came on Monday. No, Tristan came on Sunday with Rachel, which was gorgeous, and he brought me along his logo. I'll insert here some footage of Tristan's logo. Now, we were very, very lucky because the lovely chap who's moved in next door has got some software and he digitised it for us. So he and Tristan have been communicating by email. It's absolutely crazy. The emails are going from between the 2 houses here over to Brick House and back again. I mean, this is where I think I can't get my head around modern technology and thinking, what was it like before? You'd have got your needle and thread out and run your embroidery like that. You know, a bit of satin stitch there, a bit of chain stitch here. You never have thought of doing it sat on a sewing machine. So he has already advertised to his friends that his mum's doing some embroidery on some t-shirts for him. Who would like one? Thanks, Tristan. I think my wine cellar might be a little bit filled. Take you around B&M bargains, but I did buy something for sewing. Look at this. Now, for those of you that don't know what B&M bargains is, now if you're in Norway, it's like a Nilla. Or Boys in the UK. And I know it's like a Nilla in Norway because I've obviously been to Norway a few times. But it's a shop that's got lots and lots of different things in it. But this is amazing. And I saw it and it's called, hold on a second, let me get it out. It's called a 3-tier multi-purpose organiser. Look at this. Rowan. You're a B&M lady, eat your heart out. Rachel sent me a message when I was out at B&M and she went, are you okay? You're not responding. And I went, I'm at B&M with Hannah. And she went, don't spend too much. Ha ha ha. But look at that. How cool is that? Now, I don't know why the bottom one spins out. I'd have thought the bottom one would have been better staying. Showed it to Lorianne and she was like, that's amazing. How cool is that? And the best bit is, it was £3. It was a special buy. But I thought, when I'm sat at the sewing machine, and I always have, like, I've got a foot out. I could put the foot in it. I've got some bobbins out. Now, my bobbins are slightly different. My machine has got a different bobbin. It has a bobbin with a little metal thing on it, and they're different sizes. Now, lots of the new Berninas have all got them in one size, so the 4 series, the 5 series and the 7 series take one size of bobbin. The 8s take a different one again. So I've gone from 7s to 8s. So I've had to get rid of all my 7s. A lot of those went back and the rest of them went to Rachel. And whatever else I want to put in the bottom now. For example, here I've got a random clip. I've got a random packet of needles. How cool is that? How cool is that? £3. It's £1 a tier. I love it. Moving forward sewing wise this week, I would like to do a little bit more on my orchid dress, and I was going to do some tonight. Whether I do any more tonight, I really don't know, or whether it's tomorrow, or whether I end up saying goodbye shortly after this. Yesterday was counselling day, so it's rather eaten into my week. Tonight I've run, and I am, for the second night on the trot, ridiculously tired. I've looked at my sewing machine. I've got my lovely sewing machine turned on. I don't think I want to sew. I'm so very, very tired. I'm actually sat in my Judi because I took my running gear off, had a shower, and I just thought I'll put my Judi on and I'll do a recording in that. But I think the best thing about Friday Sews is that you can be yourself, and that's what's important. I'll see you again later in the week. Hello, don't we all love a good unboxing? Well, my serious reader light has arrived. I've got my free light on behind me, behind you, so let's see what's in the box. Here it is. I'm really excited because it was quite a big decision to buy it. And I did a lot of umming and ahhing, and here it is. It's got a little quote on the top and it says, "It's better to light a candle than curse the darkness," by Eleanor Roosevelt. Oh, I must tell you what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a Judi Marionnaire. I love it. Take this one into the living room because this is the one that I'm hoping I'll be able to use for hand sewing. I'm going to bring my Friday sews to a close. It's lovely diarising the week, but sometimes the week is very, very bitty. And this week has been one of those. I'm quite open with my journey on mental health, and I have had the counsellor. Counselling is excellent for you, but it doesn't half kill the brain. And that's what's happened this week. But I've kept active and I've kept positive and I've kept doing. I've done lots of reading, lots of podcasts. I'm reading a lovely book at the moment called The Familiars by Stacey Halls. I'm not even going to try and put a picture in it, but I'll mention in the description box. She wrote a book called Mrs. England, which I took part in a discussion on the book taster book club that Tamlin used to recommend, and I would recommend it. You don't need to do it every month. It's a lovely thing you can dip in and dip out of, and I really enjoyed that book by Stacey Halls, and I've started to read her other books. But doing book clubs each month, I struggle to read a book in a month. I'm a very slow reader. I'm a bit of a thorough reader. Anyhow, so for now I am going to say goodbye. Thank you so much for staying with me and watching this, and next week it'll be more sewing, I promise. I seriously do. So for now, goodbye. If you like what you've seen, give me a like. Click on the subscribe button and join me on my journey, and I'll see you all ever so much soon. Bye bye.